Hey everyone, I'm Dark Quarter, and welcome back to the Desert of Didgeridoos, the game. Actually, it's Rayman Origins, but Desert of Didgeridoos is where I left off. And, honestly, I already recorded episodes to cover these levels here, but the footage was not good. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's like the video recording was recording normally, but the audio recording was not doing this. The audio recording was, it's like every few seconds it would pause or something, which is not how it's supposed to go. It's not how it normally goes, so I don't know why it did that. But it kind of did that before to me. I don't have a video of it, but like I actually made a recording for The Adventures of Captain Spirit. But because that recording was messed up, it was mostly the audio that was messed up part. It was mostly because of that I didn't make, I didn't publish that recording. I didn't even finish editing it because it was messed up and I had no idea how to fix it, I didn't know what to do. All I could think of doing was just trying to suffer through it, and I know I'm using a lot of ums here, but that's because I don't have a prepared speech. But basically, I was trying to suffer through it, and like every few seconds, like literally every few seconds of the recording, I had to like kind of pause what I was doing and realign resync the audio and video of whatever was going on. And after I went through maybe an hour of doing that, it wasn't actually an hour of real time. It was actually, I want to say maybe 3 hours or so of editing it. But I'd only gone through about an hour of footage out of maybe 2.5 hours of, total footage. I was like, this sucks. I can't go through the game, the recording and, I couldn't do it. I couldn't stick with it. There was way too much suffering going on with that. Life's too short to just to make myself go through so much pain and frustration of just trying to get through this slog of just trying to get through this. It just, like, it wasn't worth it, And that's why there's no video of Captain Spirit on my channel, because I couldn't go through with it. And yeah, I could, like, go through, and this is something that, that's, it's in the recording. It's not something that you would normally even notice about it. I mean, I didn't notice it when I was recording it. Maybe somebody who's, well, I want to say more professional, but somebody more experienced with all this stuff might have been able to catch it. I have no idea. I can't speak for everyone else who has done this recording of games before me. I can't speak for everyone that came before and is currently doing this, or even future people that do this. I can't speak for anybody else. I can just speak for myself that I didn't notice anything off when I was recording it. So, in my mind, there was no way that I could have known that the recording itself was going to be bad. You know, everything looked fine in the preview, because I have, like, the preview video up, you know, in OBS while I'm recording. I can see the preview of what I'm seeing in there. So I can kind of look over and see how it might look. So I'm not that, I'm not usually that concerned about how the game looks, because I just check the recording every few minutes. I'll look over and think and see, okay, this looks good. You know, just kind of think to myself while I'm doing it and saying, yeah, this will probably work. You know, it looks fine. But, like the audio thing, I don't know how I would even be able to catch something like that. I can try to look at the audio waveform while I'm recording. I mean, it would be an extra... It would kind of be an extra thing, you know? Like, I would have to Alt-Tab out to actually see it. But... I mean, it's something I could do. Is, you know, check out the audio waveform while I'm recording, but that would be like another extra step of something to do, you know, and I'm not really interested in doing that while I'm recording. It's just like another step of something that I don't think that I need to do, you know. So, I don't know. But so basically the audio was kind of messed up in my last recording when I recorded like 3 episodes of this, of several levels, and I didn't know anything was off when I was recording it. It was only something that I found out after I had already finished recording. So it's like, what am I gonna do now? I could go through and record it all over again, which I guess is kind of what I'm doing. But then these levels aren't that long. It's not that much of a hardship. Not like Captain Spirit would be, you know. Because Captain Spirit was like a, I don't know, a 3+ hour recording, and it's also like a narrative puzzle-based game. I mean, the entire thing is about the entire thing is story-based, you know. It's not like I can't just go through it again and act like it's my first time recording it, you know. It's like I can't. It's like you can't unsee it, except you can't unexperience a narrative-based game. Like the second time you record it and go through with it, you can't, like, or at least I wouldn't be able to. Maybe some people can, I don't know, but I wouldn't be able to just, like, go through it, and it's like the freshness is gone at that point, and I can't, like, recapture those moments when I experienced something for the first time. And to me, the most interesting way to experience the game is, you know, for the first time. And if I can't personally experience the game, then it would be somebody else's first time would be the most interesting way to experience the game if I'm not going to play it myself, you know? Like, and if it's not, most of the time, like, that's why I would watch somebody, you know, play a game, you know, because it's their first time watching it, it's my first time watching it. In that way, we have our innocent. It's like our interests and our experiences are aligned in that part in those videos, so that it's their first time playing it, and it's my first time experiencing it, you know, vicariously through them. So you can't just recapture somebody's first time with something, you know? You can't relive that. And maybe some people can fake it, but I can't. I don't think I can really fake that kind of thing, you know? So it's like, I already recorded it, the moment's kind of gone at that point, where, you know, this is over. I've already gone through this very narrative-focused thing, and I can't just act surprised the next time that I play the same thing over again, and like people would be able to tell. And just the act of trying to fake my way through it, of trying to act surprised, you know, the second time around, it would just come through as really phony, you know? And it's not like I have that many people that watch my videos anyway, but just, it's like, if that's why you want to watch somebody do it, because you want to see somebody go through this thing the first time, then that's the kind of thing you're expecting. And if you go into it and say, and see somebody, if you notice that somebody's faking a reaction to something, and I'm not saying it's an exaggeration, like, trying to fake something as, like, the first time you play it is different from, say, from overreacting, or from, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, overreacting to something or exaggerating your response to something is different from, like, pretending that you are doing something for the first time when you've actually done it before. You know, at least to me, there's a distinction there that it's like, it's not exactly the same thing. And somebody overreacting, or let's say playing up their response to something, their natural response to something, like acting extra afraid of a jump scare or something like that. That's different than, you know, trying to say that you've never experienced this thing before when you obviously have. And like, I can sit through somebody kind of playing up their reaction to something. Like, it's not, I wouldn't say it's like it's not, I'm kind of indifferent to it. You know, somebody playing up their emotional reaction to something. Like, I wouldn't say that I hate it or that I like it. It's more indifference. as a side note, but if I see somebody go through something, and I mean, I've been guilty of this a couple times, just when I was, when this happened, like the first time when I had to re-record something, I did my best to try to act like it was my first time going through it. I can't say, like, I don't remember specifically which game or video it was. Like, if you want to go look for it or something, I can't think of this specific instance, but I think that I did it once or twice when I first started trying to record videos, and like maybe the first couple times I messed something up because I was, just doing this in the beginning. Not that I'm like super professional now. I'm just saying that I'm more experienced now than I was back then. And just trying to be like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like, I hate it when people are, when people try to be phony about something, or say, like they didn't experience something when they actually did, and sometimes it's really obvious. It probably depends on the person, but sometimes it's really obvious that they already know what's gonna happen, and if they like they said that they didn't experience something when they actually did. That's like kind of like one of my pet peeves, I guess, is the whole phoniness of it. And actors obviously are slightly different because it's their job to kind of lie to the audience of something experiencing, but like, you don't know if this is the 30th take that somebody has taken to to try to do this thing. You don't know if it's like the first take, and it's usually not the first take, but I'm just saying, like, come on. I'm trying to get the time trial thing, and I'm gonna lose here. But like, just see what I mean? Like, what I'm saying? Like, I can't speak for anyone else, just my own personal biases and experiences and whatnot. Like, I can't just re-record if something goes wrong. I can't just re-record it and say that. I can't tell people that this is my first time going through it, because they're gonna know, if not by my reactions, then at least the way that I'm playing the game, they're gonna be able to tell that I've done this before, Like, I can't just go through something and say I didn't do it before when I did. Just that whole, like, long-winded speech thing, rant, whatever. That's what I'm saying. in this kind of game, it's different. I mean, I was talking about narrative-based games where I can't just do it over and pretend it's my first time. But in a game like this, where it's, first of all, it's not, I mean, there is a narrative, but that's not the entire reason for the game existing. I mean, it's a 2D platformer, you know. That's different than something like The Adventures of Captain Spirit, where the entire point is to experience the story of it. For the, well, not necessarily the first time, but, you know, this game, it has a different purpose than something like The Adventures of Captain Spirit, or Life is Strange, or The Walking Dead games. At least the Telltale Walking Dead games. There are other Walking Dead games that aren't really that narrative-based. You know, like, the entire point is the story. Like, that's the whole reason people play it, is to experience the story. Now that goes into there's a whole other issue of saying that, what if you don't pretend it's your first time? You might be thinking, because I'm talking about faking that you did it already, and I don't like that. Well, what if you just told people that this is what's going on, and you're not trying to fake it because you're telling people that you already went through this? And yeah, that's an option. Like, that's what I'm doing here, is saying that I've already gone through these levels. But the problem there is, and again, I'm talking about heavy narrative-based games like Captain Spirit and Life is Strange and the Telltale Walking Dead games. The entire point is the story. So if you've already experienced it, then about the only reason that you would want to see somebody, well, at least the only reason that I can think of that somebody would want to watch videos about, let's say, The Walking Dead, or something like, what other games? Like, maybe Amnesia? That might be another example, even though it's more of a, I mean, that's a first-person puzzle-based game, and there is a strong narrative in in those games. I'm not saying there isn't a narrative, because obviously there is, but it's not the only reason that people watch those types of games. Like, or maybe The Witness. I haven't played The Witness, so I'm only going off assumptions here and just gameplay that I've seen. But or let's take those first-person puzzle games like The Witness or Seventh Guest. You're probably not going to watch somebody play The Seventh Guest purely for the story. Another reason I can think of to watch those is because it's a first-person puzzle game. One good reason for someone to watch it is to, well, first of all, to see how they react to the parts of the game that you're already familiar with. And another reason might be to, find out the solutions to puzzles. If you don't want to like go and read a walkthrough or something yourself, you can just watch a video of somebody doing it or solving it. Then that would be another, legitimate reason of watching a video like that, is to see not only what the solution to a certain puzzle is, but maybe even how they got to that solution. How did they figure this out? I could see that. And I'm not saying that I know all the answers or that I can speak for every single reason that somebody could possibly want to watch a video of something. I mean, maybe they just want background noise and they just, clicked on the video randomly. It's not like about the game. They're not trying to figure anything out. They just want to watch it or listen to it. Or maybe they like that. Maybe they like the person doing the playthrough and they're just watching another one of their videos. Or maybe they're watching somebody's video for the first time, and they want to know, maybe it's one of their most popular videos and you don't have any connection to the game and you just want to see what this person is like. Like, for all I know, this is somebody's first video that they're watching of me. I don't know. I don't know who you are. You could be anybody. You could be the president of Paraguay and I wouldn't know. But I'm not necessarily recording this video for a specific type of person. I'm recording this because I want to share, my gameplay experience of doing this. That's why it's not really for any one person or one type of person. I'm just doing this because I want to do it. I mean, I could be playing through this game on my own. I don't have to record it, but I am, because I want to. And kind of lost my train of thought there, but I mean, maybe you guys can see what I'm saying. I don't know. But that's the end of that. That's the main thing I was trying to get to there, I guess, that sometimes stuff goes wrong in the videos, and sometimes you just can't recapture that feeling or that moment that happened in that game. If the recording is messed up somehow, whether it's audio or video, or whatever it is, then you can't just get that back and replay it and act like it's the first time you did it. I mean, there are just some things you can't like recapture, or if a bug happens or a really cool moment happens and it might be scripted, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's something that just won't happen again, and the recording is messed up, so you can't show it to people now, and that sucks when that happens. I'm not saying that something especially cool happened. I'm just, just saying in general terms. But obviously that's not the case with Rayman, because I'm replaying it now and redoing the video that I did before. And yeah, I mean, this is going a little long. This is going a bit longer than I usually have for these videos, but I was on a roll talking about stuff, so you can't. It's hard to really put a stop on something when you're when you're at it, going through like a certain train of thought or something, you know, it's hard to just stop and do something else, or, you know, just say you'll pick it up next time or something. Like I wanted to like write out that train of thought, you know, but I messed up the time trial. The first part of the video was, the first like 10 or 11 minutes or something was actually kind of wasted because I didn't have to actually complete the level again. Well, I mean, I did have to complete the level again, but I kind of misinterpreted what I was supposed to do. The thing that I didn't complete here was a time trial. It wasn't, you know, the getting the medal. But anyway, I've talked way more than I normally do. You guys are probably annoyed at me, but there's that level, crazy bouncing. The next couple of videos that I'm going to make are just kind of retreading some of these levels, just, you know, so you can see them. And I can redo them because this isn't really a, like there is a narrative in this game, but it's not the whole focus. The focus is the 2D platforming thing. But hopefully you can look forward to that. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for being cool, and I'll see you next time.